Lately been running the stashy. All of these numbers, I feel like an athlete. Run it up, fuck it all. We just went double up. None of you niggas see cash me. Niggas ain't built like us. How you talk shit on the grim and I want to see you at me. Ay. Niggas be chatting. All the propaganda, you be bluffing my ass.
Okay, welcome back to another video. So today I am finally reacting to King Von, the soft-spoken assassin. I'm getting so many recommendations for this. I'll put a poll on my Instagram story between this and Coach the Ghost Hit List. And that's also a track that loads of people have been suggesting. But this won by like 80%, I think it's on now. So I'm onto this straight away. It's a 10-minute long, I think it's like a documentary thing about King Von, which is going to be interesting because I've listened to lots of his music, been getting into him recently. And out of all like the American artists that I've been listening to, but yeah, basically if you're new to the channel, I've been listening to loads of American artists for the first time. Because I just don't listen to enough music, and yeah, I've been finding some really great artists. King Von has been one of them. Like him and Polo G are probably my two favourite out of all of them. Speaking about what favourite artists I have, I was thinking of doing like a tier list of all the artists that I've listened to so far. Let me know if you'd be interested in that in the comments, but yeah, I don't know, that could be an interesting video. But yeah, King Von has been one of the favourites that I've heard so far, and it's a documentary about him, which would be interesting to explain some of like the backstory to lots of the tracks, because I know I've heard like a bit in the comments of you guys explaining, this is what happened, this is like the oblock, like war stuff, and like the situations between him and like certain lines he's put in his tracks that mean things, and it'd be good to know backstories behind that, so I can, you know, next time I listen to him, I might actually get the references. Yeah, let's get straight into this, the soft-spoken assassin.
Tooka, what I'm smoking on, Modell, oblock, bitch, do I see you, bro? Oblock.
Back to that breaking news live from Chopper 2, a mass shooting, at least 6 people shot. This all happening at 65th and King Drive in Parkway Gardens.
The age ranges of those people ranging from 14 to 23 years old.
If you ain't from here, don't come here, please don't.
His name is Davon Bennett, aka King Von. He's been on the street for too long. I want him off the street today. You guys ready? Ready, sir. Let's do it.
Alright, so probably the person that I get the most requests to do a video on, and the rapper I've been rocking with for a while now, is King Von. No doubt the most demonic figure that's come out of Chicago since the drill
Recognise this guy's voice. I'm pretty sure I've watched some of his documentaries before, and they were sick. Yeah.
music wave in the 2010s.
Oh yeah, it's trappy.
Fans
yeah,
are really enamored with his storytelling and music videos, but for the life of me, I don't know how King Von is a free man. I mean, bless him, all blessings to him. He's somehow been able to 2C slide and dodge every single case that's been thrown at him since he was 15. And while his partner Rondo was toting a bazooka on the gram, King Von was on Twitter arguing with him.
A bazooka? I mean, what goes through your mind? What goes through how, like, surely you post that knowing you're gonna get arrested for it.
Rondo was toting a bazooka on the gram. King Von was on Twitter arguing with a mortal enemy over how many bodies they each got. And this was trolling the fuck out of the police, right? They couldn't stand it. See, in Chicago, only 20% of murders ever get proved.
Fucking mid-roll. Go get your money with the mid-rolls. Hopefully that means that this video isn't copyrighted and I won't get copyright claim for this. If you're watching Trap Geek, please don't copyright my video.
Proven 80% go unsolved.
20 years for the murders.
That's mad.
Plus the gun harassment law, that's 21 years. So that's 41 years just for the murder. And I got 2 attempt murders.
And you beat all those charges. You were acquitted.
Yep, I don't play.
That's crazy.
Now, we're gonna get into all this, but before we do, let me show you my song of the day. This is Mark Battles. Let's go.
Ain't been happy in a while.
You know what, we'll let this play, I'm reacting to his video, so I'm not going to skip his ads, we'll let it play. If you like this strong song, go and check it out.
What's up to smile, can't keep blaming everybody. People do what you allow. And don't ask me how I feel, cause I'm responding back with how. How the fuck I'm supposed to feel when all my friends turn their back? How the hell I'm supposed to trust when people out here setting traps? How you expecting me to grow when I can't let my money stack? How you asking for a loan knowing you can't pay me back? How you claim to really love me but you fuck?
Alright, in order
that was cold.
to understand this story, we gotta go to Chicago, more specifically the Parkway Gardens in the South Side, but you probably know it as Oblock. Now, not only is this the home of Chief Keef and King,
this is like the only stuff I know about this. Like, Oblock has been explained to me in the comments several times, because bro, in one of the crazy story videos, I was like, wait, Oblock, is that King Von's enemies? And I was like, yeah, I didn't know shit then. I don't know shit now, but like, I kind of know what Oblock is now. Hopefully, unless I don't. Yeah, okay, that's where King Von is from, and where Chief Keef's from. Yeah,
Von.
Lots of like rappers and shit, and that's like a violent area.
It's also the home of the former First Lady, Michelle Obama, who, when she looks back at her experience, says, it was never as bad as it is now. The area has always been a huge war between two factions, the BDs and the GDs. And this war has been going
Okay, yeah, I've had this explained to me a bit in the comments as well. And it's like, it's FBG Duck is one of them as well. I think he was in the thumbnail of this video, so I think he's going to be involved in this.
back since at least the 90s. But back then there was more structure, it was organized, and it was mostly a battle over drug trade. The BDs controlled a massive 16-story housing complex just 2 minutes away from Oblock, posting snipers on the roof to protect their drug dealers.
Mad.
Lookouts were equipped with night vision goggles, and the entire organization was pulling in $300,000 a day for damn near 15 years.
This is some mafia shit. It's not just like some kids running around selling drugs. This is like organized crime.
The BDs were run like a corporation. Money was
Yeah.
laundered through investments into apartment buildings, a record label called MOB, a car wash, and a nightclub in Atlanta. But the leadership was taken out in 2004 with a massive police raid. Their headquarters was permanently closed and eventually demolished. 50 people were charged. Whole leadership gone. All the BDs migrated to Oblock and created alliances with the sets around the area to go against their rival gang, the GDs. Now the GDs, which stands for Gangster Disciples, also had their leadership taken down. And now neither of the two gangs have any structure anymore, coming from the top to the bottom. It's basically
So already, just listen, this shit needs to be a movie. If this isn't a movie, this would be such a sick movie. Yeah, this is crazy. It's like mafia shit, but like modern day.
basically just kids running around with a profound hatred for each other, trying to blow each other's heads off. And this shit escalated even further in the 2010s with Chief Keef and the rise of drill music. Chief Keef, Rondo, Lil Reese, Lil Durk, and most of the people who saw success during the height of the drill scene were all black disciples. The Gangster Disciples had very little representation in mainstream music. Their most notable figures were FBG Duck, Lil J, Lil Jojo. So the fact that Chief
FBG Duck's one that I've reacted to before in part 2 of British Kid Reacts to American Joe. And yeah, I think loads of people were commenting on that, like, oh, this is like the backstory and stuff. I couldn't read everything, but yeah, this is... So, yeah, okay.
Keef and Oblock were able to control the airwaves, and the popular sound made it so they could put super disrespectful lyrics towards the Gangster Disciples in their songs, and it would become mainstream. The best example is Tooka.
Yeah, that's... Tooka's one of the ones that I've heard of before. Like, it's like a 13-year-old kid or something, and they all just talk about smoking him. Apparently they smoked his ashes, which is fucking crazy.
is Tooka.
Tooka's death became the focal point for a lot of violence because the gang members that killed Tooka then used social media to really insult his memory.
In this
So
case,
fucked.
you have this young man actually in his coffin,
Right.
and this image has also been defiled.
See, Tooka was a deceased 15-year-old boy that Chief Keef
15,
and
man.
Durk would constantly mock in their songs. And the lyric became so popular, you had rappers like Lil Pump who had nothing to do with the situation. He's from Miami. You had Young M.A. who's from
Lil Pump trying to worm his way into the situation. That's nothing new. Yeah, that is fucked. Oh, yeah, it's 15 and it's like, when you're talking about it in that, like, it's fucked. Like, it's such a disrespectful thing to talk about in general. Like, you think, like, oh, what's this mum, like, thinking that he's become this, like, thing. He's, like, a symbol of disrespect. Yeah, it's fucked.
rappers like Lil Pump who had nothing to do with the situation. He's
course.
from Miami. You had Young M.A. who's from New York, and even NLE Choppa who's from Memphis. They would use Tooka in their songs or in everyday life without even knowing what it meant.
Now, you recently said some shit about Lil Pump.
I've watched a couple of Vlad TV interviews as well. He's such a sick interviewer. If you want me to react to maybe like Vlad TV interviews, that could be a cool reaction. Yeah, let me know.
And he used the smoking Tooka line.
To this day, he probably think that everything all groovy. But no, when I see you, I'm gonna slap you.
Young M.A. said it in her verse, and then she apologized for it.
And that's all I wanted.
See, the hatred between the GDs and the BDs ran so deep. The feud was so strong. You even got King Von on video teaching a little kid how to shoot a water gun while saying F Tooka.
Fuck Tooka. Fuck Tooka. Fuck Tooka. Fuck Tooka. Shoot him in his head. Boom. Fuck Tooka. Say it.
Now the death of this kid, Tooka...
It's like, you smile at it because it's just crazy, isn't it? Shit, they go, yeah, that's fucking mental.
Spawned something that was never before seen. A 17-year-old female assassin named Jakira, who created a social media account dedicated to avenging his death.
She was known to her rivals as somebody who was willing to shoot first, ask questions later. It's all over the internet.
Jakira was on social media bragging about the shootings that she had done. She was proud, and she let everybody know. She was very quick to let you know that she was violent and that she was not afraid to shoot somebody.
It was said Jakira was responsible for at least 15 shootings before
15.
she herself was eventually killed. Afterwards, a 4chan user hacked her Twitter and leaked DMs showing her and King Von had this weird back and forth where King Von was attempting to romance her in like a mocking way. I don't know, maybe it was real, despite the fact that they were both...
Oh, that is some movie shit as well, bro. Imagine this is a movie and you have that scene that's like... You can just imagine that scene. It's like King Von and his like deadly enemy, but they fall in love. Like all that. Yeah, this has got to be a movie, bro. Come on, it's got to be a movie. Yeah, it's like this is. Oh, I'm so fucking lucky, you know. Like where I grow up, this shit is just so alien, and it's like growing up in this kind of area. I don't know what it would do to you, bro. It's like it will fuck you up mentally. I'm lucky. I'm lucky.
Rival gang members, and she didn't like dudes, she liked girls. But reading the tweets and listening to his interviews, you could tell
King Von was that I'ma turn you straight kind of vibe.
Is a clever, smooth talker, right? He's smooth, but he's also a goddamn demon. A blood trail seems to follow him wherever he goes. And King Von was becoming an infamous figure in the Chicago PD briefing rooms. Oh, they hated him. Police would bring him in for an armed robbery charge, possession of an illegal firearm.
This is the shit, bro. If you've got shit in your past and then you blow up and you're famous, like, the police want to get you so bad. It's the same with, like, Bobby Shmurda. Yeah, like, they want to get you. Or people saying I need to react to Bobby Shmurda, I have heard lots of his music already, so he's like, I'm not going to be able to go back and listen to some of his music and do, like, a first time reacting to him. But hopefully he's going to drop some new stuff soon, and I will definitely be on that reaction. But yeah, it's like, once you're, like, you've gained a bit of fame, the police want to get you.
And they had suspicions of other...
It makes the police department look good as well. Like, if they can arrest this, like, big name, who everyone knows has, like, done shit, it's like, yeah, it's like a publicity thing for the police.
Stuff that they could never prove. One murder of a kid named Modell, allegedly, according to the internet detectives on Reddit, has King Von's name written all over it. It happened on a Saturday night where 24 other people were wounded across Chicago, but that wouldn't stop King Von from boasting about Modell's death on Twitter all the time. Now finally, in 2014, the police thought they had something. Von and one of his friends were at a crowded house.
This is what's crazy, man. Like, I've heard interviews with King Von and he just seems like a normal guy. He just seems so, like, normal and such a nice guy. And then you watch shit like this and you're like, oh, this guy was, like, a killer. It's mental how people's, like, their environment can shape them. Like, if King Von grew up in fucking my area, like, middle class area in Birmingham, it's like he would be such a different person. Because he's obviously just got a nice guy inside him, but your environment can just corrupt you.
House party when a rival GD named Malcolm Stuckey was in the corner mean mugging them. Von and them took offense, immediately left the party, came back 45 minutes later, shooting at the kid Stuckey, who was outside, along with two other people who tried to run. Stuckey was killed, the two others were wounded, and King Von and his friend were snatched up by police a couple days later. After 3.5 years, the trial finally started. It lasted a grand total of 5 days. Witnesses couldn't be located. Von kept his mouth shut for the whole 3 years, while his friend confessed to doing the shooting. So, Von beat the case, went home, and his friend got 28 years. As soon as Von was out, the dude he was always arguing with on Twitter...
That's so mad. How the fuck do you not... Yeah, how are you beating that case?
Named Wooski, who's a gangster disciple, and his mortal enemy, was attending a funeral at the Bethlehem Star Baptist
I've
Church.
heard about this. I've heard about this as well in the comments.
Sudden, an AK-47 pistol, aka a Draco, was whipped out and started spraying into the crowd. Dozens of shots rang off, and Wooski was shot. Now he survived.
Bro, do you know how deep that is as well? Doing it at a funeral, bro. Like, you think about like the old school gangster stuff, there was like a certain amount of like respect and honour. This shit's fucked. Oh fuck it, at a funeral. Like deep that, you're at a funeral.
And King Von was not responsible for this, but that does not stop him from mocking him. His fans are diehards, right? They're crazy. They read into everything he posts, looking for clues.
I can back that as well, his fans are diehard.
This man posted an Insta story just trying to promote his new music video. And people were reading into how many skulls he put in his caption, like 7 skulls? That's 7 bodies. King Von has 7 bodies. It even got to the point where King Von went live on Instagram himself and said, listen, if the internet was right about the bodies people had, they would be in jail. So don't believe what anyone says. I repeat, anyone. And I'll be honest, I hope that's true. Bless him. All I know is listen, in Chicago, the clubs close at like 12, right? It doesn't go past 12 because of the violence. And I know that King Von can't go to Canada to do shows. He can't go to overseas to do shows. So it's a blessing and a curse, right? Because of his history, King Von creates this allure and this personality that people want to rock with his music, but also fucks up his business opportunities.
This is the thing. It's like, even if all of that stuff about 7 bodies was lying, like, if that was all not true, say he's not killed anyone, he's still going to go with it because it's marketing. That's the thing. These guys are smart. Like, if you've got this whole, like, gangster image around you, you're not going to come out and say, nah, I'm actually a good boy. I've never killed anyone. Because it's like, that's like a good image. It's publicity. So it's like, even if it's all chat and shit, it's like, he's still gonna go along with it.
Because he can't leave the country. That's pretty much it for this video. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Who do you want me to cover next? Make sure you subscribe with notifications on, and I'll see you in the next one.
I'm down. There we go. I will 100% do more Trap Geek reactions if you guys enjoyed this, because I find it really interesting learning about stuff like this. Like, I hear the music, but knowing like the backstories to everything is so much more interesting, because you get to like, you can actually like, I hear lyrics and I'm like, I know what he said, but I don't know what it means. Where it's like when you listen to stuff like this, you know the meanings and everything, the backstories, and it's just interesting stuff. Like, yeah, until there's a movie, this is what I've got to go with. But there's got to be a movie around this, bro. That's like, yeah, that's set up to be a movie with the whole like King Von flirting with his enemy and everything. Yeah, that's set up to be a perfect movie. I will definitely do more Trap Geek reactions. So if you guys want to see that, then let me know in the comments what I should react to from Trap Geek next. And subscribe, turn notifications on so you don't miss a video, and I'll see you guys in the next one.